just wanted to talk about the general situation of what I'm noticing back here in the East, let's say, with this storm damage and the way people are and all of this kind of stuff. And my communication is about the sense of the next level of the agenda, and how they're increasing the stupidity has increased to such a level that it seems to me, well, I just got this thought about it being ripe for an alien takeover. But the real thing is, the way I'm seeing it, is something to do with the AI intervention, if we will, or the AI alienation. IA is the reverse of AI, which means intelligence alienation. And this is the agenda, primarily to have everyone concocted along lines of the social media and the phone intervention, 5G and electromagnetic addiction, which is at really quite an incredible level, I would say. And my observation of people where they're saying, well, when I went to get something done with the tire at this place, they were talking about, oh, look at the AI. They were looking something up, and the AI has got this, they said, the two guys who were talking and identifying, oh, look at how the AI gave us that information type of a response. Well, this is becoming a rote attribute, so the people are not using their own intuitional or intentional intelligence, actually, to figure things out, or at least to observe how to do it. And so they're always first to go is to, well, what does the internet say? What is the media saying? What is what is looking it up? It's like, what's 2 + 2? Oh, well, let me look it up on the calculator. I mean, it's almost like that, and I'm finding myself much better off with kind of doing an adaptation tool myself of using the real awareness, really, but intuitional or a cognitive reasoning, which I'm using that term because I mean, I don't mean to say that you're using the mental reasoning, but it's more of a recognition of what is possible or available in that particular question or solution that I'm looking for. I'm going to relate this directly to how to do things one by oneself without even knowing how to do them, which is very readily available to all of us. And I've recognized that because, well, partially there's a little bit of senior moments and whatever much more drastic words that other people use. And I think that partially that's a funny one also, because people are thinking that they're losing their memory when really it may be that the thing that they're needing to recall is not available, or rather the thing that they're not recalling is not available to our memory because it's not appropriate to what we're thinking of or doing with it in the moment. And it's what's important in the moment that matters. It's not that we can remember everything perfectly or that we remember how to do something, or that we know. Let's say, I'll use one example, a very simple one. Coming to the beach in Mexico, I should have brought the 2 pair of walking tight shoes, or they're rubber water walking boots, footwear, and whatever they're called. And I had them with me, and if I had had the intuitional senses, I would have recognized that this is something I should have brought with me. And it would have been readily clear to me if I had looked at a pair and thought about it. So it's our attention on this that we want to use. What is the attention necessity, we'll say, in the moment? And I'm finding that I have to do this all the time, practically speaking, and also realistically in terms of being effective, or accomplishing or making myself available for opportunities that might come up. All three of those things are part of that tool shed, our toolbox that we have always in the real awareness. And that's it. The rest, any kind of past history, etc., and associations and all that, well, yes, they're valuable to have at least those recognitions of those associations, because that allows us to have the doorway to what it is that we might be dealing with. But to have all of this background knowledge stock within our mentality and available is really unnecessarily, partially and mostly, I would say, because we already have this in our mentality. It's like naturally there. Everything that we've experienced has given us this. Each one of us has a unique set of individual background experiences, but that factor of recognition is only available depending on each of our own. And yes, of course, there might be something like one field of interest that we, or our specific fields of interest that we have a long history with, or background knowledge, etc. Okay, each of us has a unique set of those things, and at the same time, because of those unique sets, each one of them, though, is kind of like a compilation of the same thing in action. So the scientist who's able to do science is the same as a religionist or something who's able to teach or educate. It's the field is different, but the wholeness of that nature is with both of them in those individual frameworks, but the same thing is with both, with all. And so that's a recognition of the all is in its entirety within a specific framework or field. And it'd be like, well, this tree can grow in this field, and it could have grown in another field or another environment. Maybe not as well, maybe better. Okay, blah blah, on all of that. So, wow, that I wasn't expecting any of that conversation today, but that's how it's going. It's like that each day, and is different. And actually, that's also a good thing with all of that, is to really perhaps identify what is the specific now. Yesterday was different, and so our ability, I'd say, to be random or adaptive, depending, is practiced, and so that it prevents the senior moments and the kind of trying to use the mind as as the focal point of what we're trying to do. Instead, we don't need that, or that's not the center point. So again, I'm getting that this is all words about tools that we have, or the vehicles of our activity that we have within ourselves, our being, using all the different levels that we have, you know, the 5 levels like that, without having to be specifically like, I've got to work with my emotional body here, or my mental body, blah, blah, you know, because our wholeness does it all. And all we're letting ourselves do, or at least I'm saying that, seeing it or sharing on that, is that's where we are, that real awareness, as always mentioned, the high topic, DUANE the great writer, point on that. And how do I recognize that, or sense our sense of that all isness? So it's a, you know, it's not something I get when I heard the comment of that, using you know, recognize the all is, or whatever terms were used. That's not going to allow, let's say, myself to automatically be with the all is. So we recognize that, and each of us does, and we're moving, you know, what's next step, what's, you know, one step at a time, etc. So thank you very much, DUANE, for sharing these things like that, and very, very good for us, and it would be very, very good for everyone, everywhere, to really coordinate this whole thing themselves, or find at least the bridge, you know, get on the bridge, you know, instead of, well, I'm not going to, it's no good, I can't get there, you know, it's too far away, type of thing. And, you know, so they don't do the hike, as Val would say. And thank you, Val, universal hiker, over and out. I appreciate that. Got to say a little bit today.
Thank you, Peter.
Cool.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. And great new you to everyone.
Thank you.